Well, hello, all my amazingly beautiful Virgo friends. My name is Libra Empress, and we're going to be discussing your week of May 18th Romanticscope. Now, remember that this is the general reading, and this is for yours as well as for my entertainment. And also, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. That way, you'll always be up to date with the content that I produce, and you'll be a part of our family, alright? Alright, let's get going, shall we? Now, my beautiful Virgos, do your social and romantic organizing on Monday. Make plans however you can, whether with friends and potentially more than friends, or with your partner, if you have got one, alright? Tuesday and Wednesday bring a balancing act between your ideals about love and the reality before you. Don't compromise, but don't expect sheer perfection either, okay? You're restless at week's end and emotional to boot. Arrange a mini vacation for your heart. One that yanks you out of your current reality, even for an hour or two. This weekend responsibilities overshadow romance, but if you're creative, you can fit it in all in with some very nice results. See, you know what's funny is, people are always saying, or certain people are always like saying, oh, I never have time for my wife or my spouse or my husband or whatever, right? Or my significant other, my girlfriend. It's all the same thing, right? I'm really tired. I apologize. But the thing is that, let me tell you something. A couple years ago, I was working part-time as a substitute teacher, going to Dixie State University down in St. George full-time, being a full-time mom, coming home. Like, my schedule was crazy, okay? Here's how it went. I'd get up really early in the morning. I'd get my shit in the car. I'd go to college. I'd do classes for the day. I'd get off like around 11 because all my classes were early in the morning. So, I go home. I'd get my son up and ready for school because he was in early pre school, like really early, like he was 3 years old, and he's special needs. So I'd get him ready, and then I'd put him on the bus, and then I'd go back home and I'd pick up the apartment. I'd pull out what was for dinner that night. I'd kiss my husband goodbye. My kid would be in school for a couple hours. The house would be clean. I'd start my homework. Then I would finish my homework, go pick up my son from the bus, bring him home. We'd play together, watch some YouTube videos. My husband would get home at around like 7 for his lunch break, right? I'd have dinner ready for him. I'd make sure that, he was fed. Then, when his lunch was almost over, we'd wave goodbye. He'd go back to work. It was like a 6-minute drive, because he worked at Walmart at the time. Okay, but the thing is that after he'd go to work, I'd have laundry drying outside because it's St. George. It's hot. We had a washer and dryer in one, but you know how that goes, right? I'd do the dishes. I'd make sure the kid was put to sleep because as soon as the sun went down, boom, me and my kid would lay down. We'd watch baking shows. He loves watching how cakes are made, right, on YouTube. So I'd get him to sleep. He'd be out. I'd finish the laundry, and I'd put the dishes away. The house would be immaculately clean. And then I would walk over, and right before my husband would get off from work, I would run a bubble bath. A hot bubble bath, right? Something really nice, relaxing. And then, he'd come home, he'd take a bath, and he'd get out after soaking, because, he worked really hard. Then we'd spend some time, and he'd play his video game, and we'd talk, and play, I would be his, hey, that guy's gonna shoot you in the face kind of teammate, right? The one that doesn't have the paddle, but helps out regardless. But that's the thing, is that I made time for him, and I was fucking busy, and he'd get off at like midnight. Then I'd have to be back up in the morning at 6 a.m., and I was going strong like that. And some days, on his days off, which were usually like Monday or Tuesdays, I'd work as a substitute teacher as well, right? And we'd switch off watching my son. But the thing is that it doesn't matter how fucking busy you are. You can make time. Like when I was in high school, I worked 2 jobs and went to school full time, and I still had time for my family and everybody, alright? It was just a little bit hard to maneuver shit around them, but I made it happen, and so can you. So, don't lose hope. Things will go the right direction. You gotta know that you're very awesome. I love you. You're gonna have a great week this week. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and join me again for next week's weekly horoscope or romanticoscope. All right? I love you. Bye, beautiful Virgos.